Alright, this is assembly of my pump kit for the X-Shot Fury X. The kit is going to add a slide up here that you can mount a grip to, which will actuate the priming mechanism back here. So for this, we've got our printed pieces, we've got a sled and the slide that it's going to go on. We've got the bracket that it mounts to up on the prime grip. And we've got the two arms that are going to connect the bracket to the sled. And I've also got here a vertical grip that I'm going to mount onto here, but you can obviously mount on whatever one you want. Hardware wise, I've got 4 M3 30 millimeters, either 10 or 12 millimeters. You need 4 of them with nuts for adding the bearings into the sled here. The bearings I'm using are 693ZZ, which is a 8 millimeter diameter, 3 millimeter inner that are 4 millimeter wide. I also have these printed faux bearings that sort of work. To get them loosened up, I find that I have to tighten down on them and then grab on. I will get the inner and outer to start to rotate freely with each other. Again, not very smooth. It's a tiny 3D printed bearing. There's no balls inside. It's just 2 pieces that mate together. If you are doing the printed bearings, you'll want to go through and work them all free. So one bearing's going to go up top here and one down in this channel for each. And then there are channels for each of the nuts. I've already inserted this top nut here, top nut here, bottom nut here, and I need one more bottom nut in here. If you get them started and aligned properly, you can push them in pretty well. So then I'm going to take one of my bearings, put it in, and the bottom bearings actually have the screw inserted from below here. Alright, so we're nicely tightened down there, and this one's much easier because you can see what you're doing. And then one issue that we do encounter on here is this little tab here is going to interfere with the screw once this is all together. So we are gonna I'm just gonna cut that off. Alright, so we got our 2 bearings on one side, just repeat for the other. So let's see how it runs on the slide here. Not nearly as smooth as when I use a real bearing. So next up, we're going to go ahead and put the slide on the bottom rail here. Just force that on. There we go. The nut side here, so I like, for inserting my nuts, I like to get it started on here and then push it down in. Down in like that, and then I can take this out. Alright, a little forceful tap. Come to the other side and insert our 2 30 millimeters. So our slide is firmly on here now. Not the smoothest. Could probably add some silicone oil here. back and forth some. Getting a little smoother. Alright, next up, let's add the bracket up here to the priming. This doesn't go all the way to the end of the grip, but we should see daylight through those holes. We're going to do the same thing here with inserting the nuts. So we've got the arm pinned in place on the top. And on the bottom here. Squeeze this in. Alright, so then we've got two sizes of pins, the short ones for the front, the long ones for the back. If you need to take these out, you'll want to take out the top ones. You can push on them from the inside here and get the arms out, slide this off, and then you can easily get to the other side of these bottom ones here to push them out. Alright, we are assembled. It will prime now. Alright, prime. So, go ahead and add any grip you want. I will include the files for this one. That's another set of nuts and 30 millimeters. All right, and there we have it, ready to fire.